Welcome back, you guys. This is your girl, Wicked Raider 22, actually coming to you from my pay to play account just to take a deeper look at the Altar of Souls. There has probably not been one area within the game um, where, from a beginner standpoint, you haven't heard very much. There were quite a few creators that did, of course, the overview, kind of what to expect, what they were seeing, what they experienced, but no one has really done very much since. It's gotten pretty quiet on the area of YouTube and the area of so many streams from where I'm sitting. And I'll be honest with you guys. On this particular account, I've made it to level 53. And so, as far as number of days logged in, which I always end up having to go back and kind of check, I have actually made today 93. So we are a little bit more than 3 months in. And I'll be honest, this is the first area of the game that is like 100% new. So it wasn't there when I started playing, of course. And I'm trying to fall in love with it, but I don't know if I've actually fallen in love. So, of course, you can visit the Soul Merchant for those beginners who haven't made it to level 42, so therefore haven't unlocked this area. And this is where you can come in and use those soul coins, I guess is what we're calling these, to purchase either perfect souls that are available, and it will give you increments, and these will rotate. Like, I know I have Vagabond on an account, but I'm not sure if that's this account. So you have to be really careful. I try to only purchase those individuals I currently have that it may be interesting for me to actually go in and try to awaken and add that blessing to it. There we go. It's so much terminology, I guess, too. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around that one as well. When you come to the Mystic Market, you start to really pay attention to the amounts. The total amounts get really, really intense. And the awakenings are, pretty decent. I did a video earlier on those that were available to, your rares, your epic champions, and of course your legendaries. And I was a little hesitant when I started seeing the deals that were associated. And I know most of you guys are pay to play, and there's sometimes pop-ups, but here's one. Mortal Soul Stone pack for 10 Mortal Stones, 100K, and it's $14.99. And the thing about it is, with so many players that are free to play, it's often tempting with new sections, when entire new areas of the game open up to you, for you to want to really jump in and go forth. And I'm going to tell you guys, you really want to kind of play with it a little bit, and it will definitely tell you and show you where your team building skills lie. So we go to the dungeon and come over to the Iron Twins Fortress. Of course, the affinity of this particular dungeon changes, every couple of hours. Some areas are, of course, easier than others. So I've done pretty good against Void version. And as you guys can see, it starts at level 95. And I will run one, kind of see if we can get lucky. But here's something else to pay attention to. These are Mortal Soul coins. They are soul coins. So Mortal Soul coins are what you would be earning to add in. And take a look at the number of keys, but also pay attention to the level of energy. This will jump into the mid high 20s and continue. It gets pretty pricey, but also realize you're going up to stage 15, of course, with the power level at 350. So that one kind of hits different. Now, 1 Immortal Stone, 3 Mortal Soul Stones, 2 Mortal Soul Stones. Like, to be honest, the rewards are interesting, but remember, you were paying 1,000 of these just to purchase 1 Mortal Stone, or one, essence. It's kind of what it's like. So they let you know what can be dropped and what's available. Now, what is the inside? And we'll just kind of toss this team in here, I guess. And yeah, we'll see how they do. I need to move the order around, but we'll toss this team in. And I think when I stop to think about the fact that I haven't done Doom Tower, not even on normal, and that's at level 53. I think the highest I've ever been able to go in Doom Tower so far is still like level 35, 36. And so I want to dedicate a pretty much a whole month once I feel like I've gotten my champions where they need to be able to just tackle that area. I would love to get more done in faction wars. It's another area where collecting champions, building champions becomes really important. I would like to finish out campaign. I still haven't done the nightmare, side of it. I would like to go through arena and make it to platinum arena. Like I'd love to kind of see that area and know what that's like and experience that. And the entire time I'm sitting here thinking of all the other areas at like level 53 that I have not finished. Like I've only finished one of the crypts, and then Minotaur's Labyrinth is another one that I finally could beat. Like I'm trying to go the distance in so many areas. And you realize when you come to things like Twin Towers, it can probably wait. It can probably wait. Um, and as you guys can see, like the challenge, the amount of damage toward the end, this is so impressive. And we can take a look at the info that's available just so you guys can kind of see, and I'll go back in just a second. But Voltaic Pendulums, level 1, attacks one enemy, places a 30% decreased debuff. I mean, when you are, let me see, going in, Boss God. So places that weaken also goes in with a decreased crit rate debuff after attacking the initial target, attacks all other enemies, places a 50% decreased attack debuff for 4 turns. Also places a 60% decreased defense debuff for 4 turns on enemies under decreased attack debuffs. Fires of Insanity attacks all enemies, places or extends Iron Brand debuffs on all enemies. The duration of each Iron Brand debuff given depends on each enemy's defense. Like this will, the enemy with the highest defense will receive 10 turns of Iron Brand. Like it's screaming for a debuffer. It's screaming for those, young and beginning accounts. Like Deliana is going to be probably one of the first champions you start to lean on. It's screaming for like maybe a Dark Aethel. It's screaming for, because you don't have a lot of those epic and legendary champions that I've seen so many people run through. Like they're already done. And we're over here dying at stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once you get going and you get your footing, it's a lot better. But you kind of look at it. We haven't gotten to Ruinous Swap, like coming back with Iron Brand again. And then they show you growth effects. All these things are attack based. Doomsday is another one. And it gets longer and longer. Retaliatory Launch. That's just in the passive. And look at these percentages. When you're below 85%, 70%, it's so many conditionals that are wrapped in here. I have enjoyed how this has worked, but I will tell you now, as a beginning player, guys, Iron Twins is an entirely different level. It's one of those. And to be honest, sitting with this much energy and knowing all the other things that I want to get done, like these are champions, I've got to dwindle down my numbers because I have so many level 50 champions that I just can't let them go. But there are so many other areas that I want to tackle as well. So the question becomes, is it worth it? Do you think the amount that you would go in and spend here as far as time to earn mortal soul coins? So we would win anywhere from 50 to 65. If you go back out to the altar of souls and you come over to the market, take a look. You're only winning 50 to 65 of these. You need 1,000 to purchase this. There will be tournaments, there will be events, and this is nice, really nice to see. Exactly what that will entail. But take a look, 2,950 points. Like, you've got to be in it. In it. And I mean, we are down here. Like, it's not that many of us. My clan isn't very big. It's one of those. We're waiting for the numbers to come. We're waiting for the numbers to come. We're just trying to get enough members currently just so we can participate in Clan v Clan. It's one of those. But you guys, you'll have to call it. You'll really have to call it for your account. I just don't know what else to say about it. I have awakened a couple of champions. I mean, I can kind of see the difference, I guess, but they're a little stronger. But honestly, like even with masteries, or sorry, even with coming to skills, Phantom Touch by far for all my rare champions, at least one person on the team will have this one. I've done videos on this as well, just inflicting that bonus damage to one enemy whenever the champion hits enemy targets. It's being able to multiply, looking at attack, looking at HP, crit damage. Wanted to add speed to this as well, seeing how you can scale that up. Um, and this is, an epic champion. So I can definitely appreciate that. But then I look at everything else as far as the number of books that are needed. It doesn't take a bunch of books, and this is a champion that still needs to run for masteries, for example. So there's so much that could be done that has not been done. Where I'm very committed to taking my 5, 6 star champions. I want to completely book and master. I want to at least completely master them out. But I've been running this top 6, especially the entire time, like just through Minotaur's Labyrinth over and over again, at least doing, 50 battles, trying to conquer that area. How do you pick what's going to be important? Will it bring you back to Altar of Souls or not? I know a lot of times we do videos and we're looking at champions and kind of talking about progress and those champions that probably make the biggest difference. But on this one, you probably can tell by my tone overall, it's been really sitting with me. Is it worth it? What are the priorities? But I won't drag this out. I will do a quick little check-in. If you have not joined the clan, if you're looking to join a clan, go ahead and type in 22WK. Wicked Raider 22 will definitely pop up for you. Guys, we've been active. We are trying to get some things done. We want to qualify most definitely for Clan v Clan so we can see exactly how this would work. We still need more members so we can get there. So if you have not joined, definitely reach out and make that happen. And I will talk to you guys soon.